NAWASA's General Manager Christopher Husband says the company has no intention to replace the private sector. The company has expressed interest in bottling water. Mr. Husbands explains the company's position.
I can tell you there is no intention of NAWASA taking over the bottled water market. What you're seeing there is purely an investigative step. It is looking at possibilities out there. There is a consideration of investments to deal with the plastics and how do we treat with the whole recycling of the plastics. What's being done at this point is an investigative, a feasibility study. It may come back and say, listen, there is no space for NAWASA to enter. It may come back and recommend and say NAWASA should look at making an investment and supporting the sector in a particular way.
Meanwhile, for years, the company has been plagued with inadequate water storage facilities. According to the company's general manager, they are working to have storage reservoirs in every parish by the end of the year. The Sister Isle, Carriacou and Petit Martinique are especially challenged as there are no rivers on the islands. Husband tells of their latest achievements.
Petit Martinique, for the first time in their history, now has their own water supply. And I think I'm happy to say it's functioning well from all reports, and I think the persons up there appreciate it, and certainly I want to acknowledge that we certainly have very good compliance from the persons of Petit Martinique in paying their water bills. Carriacou, of course, while we've made some initial investment, we have a lot more to do. But Carriacou is at a point now where we actually have $10 million that is confirmed, that is to be disbursed in 2 initiatives. And at the completion of that, I think Carriacou will have certainly a continued supply throughout the island.
Having secured $125 million grant investment from the Green Climate Fund, the general manager says this will go towards the development of raw water storage.
One of the big deficiencies we have now, which is likely to worsen if we don't do an intervention like this, is the whole question of storage. We recognize that we have a serious deficiency in storage on both sides. For the dry season, we don't have enough raw water stored. As a result, when the rivers drop, the plants have to drop. So invariably, you have to be regulating your water supply to try to share an inadequate amount of water between different communities during the day, just so that everybody at least gets some supply. That is not how our water system is supposed to be run. And as I said, that's why one of the steps we're taking is to significantly invest in raw water storage, which will improve our constant supply during the dry season.
Christina John, GBN News.